You've probably never questioned the absolute panic of a live broadcast, but perhaps you should. It began on a crisp October afternoon in 2009, across the skies of Larimer County, Colorado. A makeshift, helium-filled contraption resembling a silver flying saucer had broken loose from a family's backyard. Within minutes, local news stations scrambled helicopters, transforming a backyard mishap into an airborne spectacle. The owner of the contraption, an eccentric backyard inventor named Richard Heen, made a frantic declaration to authorities. His 6-year-old son, Falcon, had somehow crawled inside the experimental craft before it lifted off. Instantly, regional curiosity mutated into a national fixation. Cable news networks interrupted regular programming, treating the drifting silver orb as a slow-motion tragedy unfolding in real time. Commercial flights were rerouted. The Federal Aviation Administration tracked the object's altitude. National Guard helicopters shadowed the craft, ready for a mid-air rescue that everyone knew was mathematically improbable. After drifting for roughly 50 miles and over 2 hours, the balloon finally lost altitude and touched down in a muddy field. Sheriff's deputies and emergency crews swarmed the landing site, weapons holstered, anticipation turning to absolute bewilderment. They cut open the shiny plastic enclosure. Inside, there was nothing. No Falcon, no child at all. For a brief, terrifying hour, the country believed a little boy had fallen thousands of feet from the sky. Then, late that afternoon, Falcon was found hiding quietly in the family's attic, having never left the house at all. Relief swept the nation, followed immediately by a deep, lingering sense of cognitive dissonance. That evening, the family appeared on CNN's Wolf Blitzer show to recount the harrowing ordeal. And here is the part most retellings gloss over: the entire house of cards collapsed because of a single, unscripted question from a news anchor. Wolf Blitzer turned to young Falcon and asked a simple, direct question about why he had hidden in the attic. Falcon's response was devastatingly innocent. "You guys said, we did this for a show." The father's face drained of color in real time on national television. Within 24 hours, the local sheriff launched a full criminal investigation into what was now openly suspected to be a hoax. It turned out Richard Heen was a serial reality television aspirant who had previously pitched concepts to various networks. The balloon incident was never about meteorological anomalies or tragic accidents. It was an audition. Comment below what you think drove a father to risk his family's reputation for a shot at a reality TV contract. To understand why millions fell for it, we have to look past the family's desperation and examine the machinery of human belief. The primary psychological driver here is known as emotional contagion, a subset of herd behavior. When an emotional stimulus is intense enough, individual critical thinking completely shuts down in favor of collective panic. Cable news networks thrive on this exact vulnerability, weaponizing urgency to bypass our natural skepticism. Confirmation bias did the rest. Once we decided a child's life was in danger, every piece of ambiguous evidence supported that narrative. When the hoax was finally exposed, the public reaction wasn't just surprise, it was profound embarrassment. Richard Heen ultimately served a brief jail sentence, and the family faced steep restitution demands. The silver balloon was deflated, folded up, and sold at a police auction for $2,500. The real artifact of the Balloon Boy incident, however, isn't the Mylar toy sitting in a collector's garage. It is the unsettling ease with which an entire civilization can be hypnotized by a shiny object in the sky. Next time you find yourself captivated by a spectacle demanding your immediate outrage or panic, ask yourself a simple question. Are you watching the news, or are you just watching the balloon? Subscribe for more deep dives into history's blind spots.